You have to be mean when you have strong sexual and sensual energy. When you've activated your root chakra, when you've healed your root chakra and that energy starts to rise up and activate all the other chakra centers in your body, listen, you can't be too nice. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. And I'm your host and creator of this here colony, this society, Miss Burgess. If you're nasty, you already know I'm the queen bee of this here colony. And this society is for those of us who have had to learn how to turn shit that was pit against us into things that work for us and with us. We've had to become the alchemists because we've been through the most shit. So if this sounds like your story, then this is your society. Welcome home. Shouts out to all the new subscribers. Hey, y'all. I'm so glad you found your home. Welcome back. Welcome home. You are not alone. So let's get into this message. Everything y'all need to know, y'all, is in the description box below. How to work with me, how to collaborate with me, how to sponsor Alcheminity. We need some sponsors up in this piece, okay? This is a one-woman show, and I would love to bring those of you into the fold who want to support what I am doing here. Thank you so much for your love. To get your book in the description box, to get your merch in the description box. All right, so let's get into this, y'all. When you activate, okay, when you heal, when you're on this journey, this ever-evolving journey of activating your spiritual abilities, okay, your spiritual abilities being your clairvoyant abilities, maybe you're clairsentient, maybe you're clairaudient, you're psychic, you're empath, you are a healer. Maybe you heal through touch, maybe you heal through the sound of your voice like I do, maybe you heal through words or through writing, maybe you heal through dance or through song, okay, whatever your spiritual abilities are, you have some type of talent or gift that is coupled with that. And when you start to bring those things online, when you start to reawaken those, when you start to call all your powers back to you from all of your lifetimes, and you activate all of this that you're born with, okay, all of this great, juicy, yummy stuff, you simultaneously are awakening your divine feminine, and you're integrating that with your divine masculine energy. This makes you very attractive. All right. Your spiritual abilities make you very attractive. Your talents, your skills make you very attractive, makes you very magnetic. This makes you very sexy, which is why turning pain into power is sexy. This is why you're sexy, because you've awakened your spiritual abilities. You're sexy because you've become the alchemist. You're sexy because you have made shit that was pit against you work for you and with you. All right. You become very magnetic and beautiful. And because of this, as we talked about in previous videos, how to handle being a sex symbol, okay? How to handle the heat that your power and your fire brings when you show up in the world. All of this is happening for you simultaneously, which is why I emphasize mental health and emotional intelligence, y'all. You have got to be sure that your mental health is intact and that your emotional intelligence is intact, because when you start to bring these powers online, baby, it's nothing to play with. And people have activated these powers who had not honed their mental health and emotional intelligence, and they couldn't take it, right? They abused this power. They misused this power. All right. They try to overpower others with this power. They try to manipulate others with this power. A lot of people can turn into narcissists and manipulators. They become people that hurt other people with this power. But I want to tell y'all something. This power has become very, very intelligent, y'all. As we evolve, energy evolves. This is an ever evolving journey. People think that power is just power and that's just it. Even God evolves. Even God has gotten smarter and continues to get smarter. Okay. Intelligence doesn't stop just because we stop at that level of understanding. Okay, it continues to evolve. And as we evolve, the energy evolves. And so it's gotten smarter. And what that means is it's not going to allow anybody to misuse it or abuse it again, because this is how we've destroyed ourselves and each other before. This is how Atlantis happened. Okay, gotten too smart, or how the old folks would say, gotten too big for your britches. right? You start to smell yourself, all right? Start smelling yourself. And so their power has had to evolve itself. It had to become smarter, and it had to basically create rules within itself to say, if you do not align with this, if you do not align mentally, if you do not align spiritually, if you are not emotionally intelligent, you will not be able to awaken or activate this power. And in the case that you do, by trying to do spells or hoodoo or voodoo and all this other kind of stuff, trying to activate power that you're not yet ready for, remember, we're working with an alchemical fire. This is why we're alchemists. Alchemists have got to be able to work with fire. And if you can't handle fire, you won't get out of the kitchen. You will be burned out of the kitchen. You will be ran out of town, honey. What you'll be doing is hurting yourself. Okay, you won't have the chance to hurt anybody else, because this fire will rise up and burn your ass up if you're not aligned to the energetic frequencies to be able to take it. So tread lightly. So let's get back into it. Y'all know I go off on a tangent. Okay, let's go. Listen. You have got to be a little mean. When I say be a little mean, meaning you cannot be too nice when you activate your sensual and sexual energy. When you heal, when you activate, yes, but when you heal your sensual and sexual energy, again, healing your root chakra, and that energy starts to rise up through your body and up and out of your crown to be crowned, because now you're sitting on the throne. Your Kundalini energy is erect and sitting upright, okay, able to see. You can't be too nice. Why? Because people somehow misconceive that a woman or a male who is highly in there, specifically for women, okay, this is for my men too, but specifically for my ladies, when you're beautiful and you're sexy and you're sensual, people don't know yet that you're intelligent until you speak, right? They can only feel and read your energy. Right. So when you walk into the room, they feel it. They can sense it. They can see it. Man, he or she's magnetic. He or she's attractive. He or she's beautiful. Look how they walk. Look how they carry themselves. Look how they blink. They smell good, right? Ooh, what is it about them? I see the glow on them. I see the God in them. I see the God in you, right? They see the God and Goddess awaked and activated in you. And so you walk in with this stride, and it seems like you flow when you walk, and you're laughing and you're jovial, right? You're in your energy. Or maybe you're smiling. Maybe you're very demure, okay? People tend to take this type of energy from women and think that she's naive, that she's stupid, that she's easy prey, that she's Pollyanna, right? For some reason, people put in the back of their mind, when they get a whiff of you, okay, they are seeing Marilyn Monroe, okay? Easy pickings, right? She was easy to, it seemed like she was easy to access, right? Women who are in their sensual and sexual energy seem easy. And so people think that you're easy because you're sexy, because you've activated this energy and this power inside of you, because for some reason they can't put together that you're beautiful, magnetic, sexy, attractive, and intelligent, and highly spiritual. Where they do that at? Right? That doesn't exist. That couldn't possibly exist. Unicorns do not exist. But here you are. Those of you subscribed here on Alcheminity, you are the thing in which they believe does not exist. And we only know that because we've been on this journey. We are on this journey. We only know that because we are here. You are here, and you are not alone. Okay? Now, the thing that makes it hard for people to believe that you exist is because we are so few and far in between. We didn't even know we were the thing that didn't exist, right? We were in disguise and didn't even know we were in disguise. And what we really had was spiritual protection. We were under a veil. So we didn't even know we were eagles because we were down here amongst the chickens. Ooh, I know. We didn't even know that we were the things that people believed didn't exist. We had no idea until we answered our calling to this path. I had no idea until I answered this calling and created this channel for you all. I had no idea that I was the thing that people believed didn't exist until I came into my existence. Listen, you can't be too nice. When I say you got to be mean, I'm not saying you walking around being a bitch. Because those of you on this journey, you already know that that is the lowest form in which to use your power. That is the lowest form in which to activate your power. And again, if you try it, you will burn yourself up in the process. Because remember, fire, these alchemical fires do two things. Fire do two things. They consume and they refine, right? So depending on where you are energetically, depending on if you are in alignment with your power and your purpose, okay, why you've come to this planet, this fire will either consume you or it will refine you. And for those of you who are around the Alcheminity Society, for those of you who decided to join this colony and feel guided to join this colony, you are an alchemist. That means you have allowed this fire to actually do both, excuse me. Ooh, birth. Ooh, we are birthing new things, y'all. Or maybe some of y'all are actually giving birth soon. I don't know. Ooh, it's going to be a powerful little one. But listen. All right. For those of us on this journey, we've had to do both. We've had to be consumed and refined. The parts of us that were consumed, okay, by this alchemical fire were the parts of us that never really was us, was the veil, was the masks, okay, was the traumas. All right. That had to be burned up in the alchemical fire so that we can be refined into all that we really are and all that we've come here to do. You are refined, honey, and now you are fine as hell. Okay. You are refined and you are fine and you are divine. What? Maybe that should be the next merch that comes out. Okay. Refined, fine, and divine. Hello. Don't y'all steal that. Y'all heard it here first on Alcheminity. All right, listen. You can't be too nice because people will attempt to take advantage of that. I'm not saying not be nice at all, but you cannot be overly humble. Okay? You cannot be overly humble and you cannot be overly nice because people will assume that you are naive. So it's really important that you are standing upright in all that you've activated and all that you are so that people know that this is real, that you actually exist. When you're too nice, people want to take advantage of that. Let's go a little deeper. Again, when you're too nice and you're in your sensual and sexual energy, okay, people think you're easy. I had to tell a gentleman a few nights ago. We were hanging out and we had actually just reconnected. And I just had to tell him, I was like, listen, you know, he was saying some things and I was like, no, that's not what this is, sir. Listen, I had to clarify for him. And I said exactly these words. Don't get wrapped up in my energy. Because I know that I can be, and here's another thing, it's easy for people to get hooked on you, right? Because they get hooked and drunk off of your energy. It's real, right? And now, while there's nothing wrong with that, but it's important that people who are hooked and drunk on your energy are also in their power and in their energy as well, or else they're just siphoning from you all the time. Every time you're around, they're pulling and siphoning on you. And that's very exhausting for those of us with spiritual abilities because we're always being pulled on. It's kind of like the story in the Bible, you know, and I'm not a religious person, but I take what resonates and I leave the rest. But remember when the story of the character, Jesus, right, walking through and a lady touches his whatever he's wearing and he feels the power be pulled from him. Okay. It's the same thing for those of you alchemists here. When you're around certain people, around certain crowds, you feel your energy being pulled on and it feels very draining. Me being a flight attendant, my energy is pulled on all the time. I'm very drained daily, y'all. Y'all just don't know. It takes energy for me to be able to even show up here on Alcheminity to bring these messages to you. But I know this is a part of my purpose and my mission and I can't lapse on that or I suffer. Okay. For those of you, if you lapse in your mission and your purposes, you will suffer. And a lot of you already know that. We've talked about that before. But yeah, there are people who want to be around you and they pull on your energy. But I had to tell this fella, I said, listen, don't get wrapped up in my energy. I know that I give off a very sensual and sexual energy, right? This is just my energy. Please do not get wrapped up in that. Focus. I need you to focus. And he was like, wow. Oh, okay. Right. When I said it out loud, he was able to put into perspective, why, damn, I was saying this inappropriately. They assume differently. They assume that you just want to go to bed with them. They assume that they can just because your energy is sensual and sexual, right? And when I say sensual and sexual, y'all, again, we're talking about how we've activated our root chakra, our sacral chakras, our solar plexus, our heart chakras, our throat chakras, our crown chakras, our third eye chakras, all of the and other chakra points that are around our auric field that people haven't even truly tapped into yet. But these are just the main 7 centers that I focus on here. And really, I primarily focus on the root chakra because everything begins at the root and then rises up from there. There were a few people in the last video that I did, this is what happens when you hear your root chakra, how to handle being a sex symbol. And people were like, I think you're talking about the sacral chakra. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We know that if you Google what each chakra point is and what they're responsible for, we all know that the sacral chakra is responsible for pleasure and sensuality. We know that. But you can't activate none of that until you have activated your root chakra, because everything begins at the root, like a seed you planted in the ground to grow a tree. You have to plant that seed first. You have to work on that root first. The roots have to take root first, right? In order for that energy to rise up. This is what I mean. This is what we focus on, okay? Please don't come telling me no common sense shit. I know that, all right? Google can tell you anything, and you only know that because you Googled it, all right? So to the people that wrote that, okay? No shade, but we know the basics here, okay? You can't do anything unless you deal with the root of our issues, with the root of trauma, with the root of your power, okay? And then I thought back on just previous experiences in my life as I've been on my spiritual journey of activating and awakening and integrating my dark and light, heaven and hell, angels and demons, and bringing all my spiritual abilities online. I realized that previous connections that I was in, maybe just dating or whatever, getting to know, I know that guys are very wrapped up in my energy. I had a couple of men ask me one time if I put spells on them because they couldn't stop thinking about me. Okay. That's going to be a video for another time. We're going to have to get into that. That's a whole nother conversation, right? There was this guy who he was just looking at me, and he kept just wanting to touch me, and I don't mean inappropriately, but he was just wanting to touch my arms and my hands and wrap his arms around my waist and look into my eyes, and I kept trying to pull away, and he was like, he literally said something just so, he said, did you do jujitsu with my mind? He said, I feel like you did jujitsu with my mind. Like he was confused at the energy he was experiencing, because let me tell you something. When energies who have not risen up, who've never been in the presence of God or goddess energy before, they feel like they're in la la land. They're in a twilight zone. They feel like they've been drugged, because what's happening is they are high off of your energy, that they literally become dizzy and are confused because they've never experienced something. It's like being in the presence of God and goddess. If you are not at an energetic frequency to be in the presence of a god or goddess, you will faint. Literally, you can actually faint. You can become dizzy and you can faint because the energy makes you high. Ooh, I so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise. Yes. You know I'm so hot, baby, baby, baby. Hey, what? Shouts out to Tony Braxton. Listen, this is how real this is, right? I'm laughing and I'm joking, but this is serious stuff, y'all. The powers that you have activated to become the alchemist, this is serious stuff for you, and it's nothing to be played with or toyed with. This is real. And you know it's real because you are in the experience. You are here with me. Okay? You can't be too nice. You cannot be overly humble. You have got to stand upright and be very, very confident and strong in who and what you are. Or people would think you're some dumb blonde, so to speak. And by the way, I do love me wearing some blonde hair. I do love wearing some blonde hair, honey. Blondes, I think, really do have more fun. It's a trip. We have to talk about that in another video too. But let me get back into it. Listen, when you've activated and healed your root chakra, You are sexy. You are magnetic. You're beautiful. You're attractive. Okay. You are sensual. And when you enter the room, people get aroused by you in more ways than one. You turn people on in more ways than one. So it's even more imperative and important for you that you are upright in your intelligence, in your emotional intelligence, and in your mental health, because you're going to need to know what you're doing to people. You're going to have to know how to navigate and handle that, because people who are not energetically aligned to your frequency or your power, they don't know how to handle that. So you're going to have to be able to teach them. You're going to have to be able to educate them. Okay. You're going to have to be able to draw healthy boundaries and draw the lines, making sure certain people don't cross that unless you want them to. Now, there are certain worthy people that are going to be able to cross that line, because you're going to allow them to cross that line because maybe y'all fallen in love. I don't know, whatever it is, fill in the blank for whatever your story is. But the masses are going to be in love with you, are loving you and wanting you and desiring you. They only know that they're aroused by you. Physically, they're aroused by you. Mentally, they're aroused by you too. Okay. But you're going to have to create very strong and healthy boundaries, because you're in your sensual and sexual energy. All right. People are going to have these preconceived notions about you. They're going to think that you're easy. They're going to think that you're some sort of prostitute. They're going to think that you're a sex worker. And in many ways, I do believe sex work is work. Again, y'all should join membership so you can listen to that video, Sex Work for Dummies. Okay. I do believe sex work is work. So no offense to the sex workers out there. Okay. They're going to think you're a prostitute. They're going to think you're a sex worker. They're going to think you are a hoe. We're just going to keep it real. All right. They're going to think you are a hoe that you get around. All right. All because you're in your sensual and sexual energy. So it's very, very important that you know what your healthy boundaries are, and that you carry yourself a certain way, that you have a certain respectable quality about you that people will also read. Now, people who don't know you are just going to assume whatever the hell they want to assume. That shit doesn't matter. It does not matter what people thinks. Okay. But it is important that you create these very healthy boundaries so that people are not confused about who the fuck you are and what your mission and your purpose is. Okay. So that they don't cross that line. Because listen, who we have to become when people cross the line, they are not ready for. You create these healthy boundaries to keep yourself safe, absolutely, but more so to keep them safe, because the energies that you awaken around you and your spiritual guides don't play about you. And so you're really creating these boundaries to protect them from who you'd have to become. Hello. All right. When you activate this energy, you got to be kind of mean, not bitch mean, but healthy boundaries mean. Okay. You can't be overly humble. You can't be overly nice. You can't be smiling and laughing in everybody's face. Okay. Oh, this goes even deeper, and I'm going to try to stop right here. I can't believe we're at 23 minutes. If you are a single person, meaning single for me means you're not married. Doesn't mean you're not dating. Okay. It doesn't mean you're not in a relationship. Single for me, in my definition, just means you're not married, legally married on paper with a contract. Okay. And so when you are the supposed single friend, okay, and you have friends that are married, are in relationships, your energy is so sensual and so sexual and so magnetic and so attractive. You got to be careful being in friend groups where the friends are married and everybody's hanging out, unless you know how to carry your energy through your emotional intelligence and through your mental health. Because a lot of the times, people's mates, husbands will be turned on by you. They will be attracted to you. They would be staring at you. They would be looking at you. Now, here's the thing about my friend groups. I don't have a large friend group at all. I have 3 in my inner circle. One from childhood who I've known since the 2nd grade, and then 2 others. And when they got married, I hung out with them a couple of times, but I don't hang out with them all the time. I don't do that. I haven't hung out with some in years, because when they got married and this energy started to awaken, I noticed the shift. And one thing about my friend groups, their husbands love me for this reason. They love me because they know I'm a real one. right? They know that I'm respectable. They know that they never, ever, ever have to worry about me looking at their husband or checking for their husband. Okay. My friends' husbands have told them, and I'll tell you something about your man, ladies. Your man, if you got a good man, will tell you the truth about your friends. Listen to that shit. When you got a good man, you already know you got a good man because you're discerning. They will tell you the truth about your friends. They will tell you if your friends ain't shit. They will tell you your friend ain't really your friend. They will tell you when your friends are flirting with them. Two of my friends throughout my life, friend girls, came to me and told me how much their husbands love me. And their husbands love me. Why? Because they know I'm a real one. Because they know I really am a friend to their wife. They know I have their wives back. It's the real deal. They know they never got no cutting and no flirtation eyes from me because I'm that real. I'm the real one. And they respect it and they love it. So they love me, right? Because it's all love and respect and family. Because why? Because I know how to intelligently move in my sensual and sexual energy, especially when I'm around my friend girls with husbands. There's a way you should carry yourself, ladies. Okay. You know your sensual and sexual energy is strong. So it's very important that you know how to navigate that and command that in certain settings. Or else you will be offending those that you love. You'll be offending those who don't deserve to be offended by you. Not that you hide it, not that you suppress it, not that you do none of that, but that you navigate it and that you know how to not even taper it, but that you navigate it and command it in a way where healthy boundaries are established. So your friends know I never have to worry about it. I had a friend girl tell me a long time ago, we met in California. She was like, no, we met here in Georgia. She was like, I don't have to worry about Timmesha and being around my man. She said, I've never had women friends around my man, never. But Timmesha, I know I never have to worry about it. And why does she say that? Well, she said that because she see me and she know I'm attractive and that I'm beautiful and that I'm in my sensual and sexual energy. She could see clearly that this is an attractive woman, that I don't have to worry about being around my man because of the way she carries herself, because she don't play that shit. Okay? Because I'm a real one, y'all. So listen, you can't be too nice. You got to be kind of mean. Not bitchy mean. I'm keep saying that, okay? Because these are categorically different. You got to be able to, what I'm saying is you got to be able to have established those healthy boundaries so people know that you're not easy prey. So people know that you're not easy, period. And they should already know just in your energy. But again, people get wrapped up in that sensual and sexual energy and they are aroused and don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do with that until you establish those boundaries. And then what do they want to do? They just want to worship you. So I hope this resonates with you all. I'm going to end it right here. I can't believe it's almost been 30 minutes. I said I was going to try to keep these videos at 15 minutes or less. I'm going to do my best. Listen, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I'm tired of repeating myself. Go ahead and do that. This is your colony. This is your home. If you're listening to this, this is for you. You are home. Okay. For those of you who have subscribed, again, thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate y'all for being here. Please donate here to Alcheminity. Listen, I appreciate the jingle, but I love it when it folds. Your donations help me continue to bring these messages out. Listen, I'm not rolling in the dough over here. Okay. I'm not. I still work a job, honey. And I be so tired, y'all. I be so tired, y'all. Y'all just don't know, honey. I'm trying to retire early. Let me just get rich and real fast and marry somebody rich. Let me marry a prince or something. So I can just do videos every day for y'all and talk to y'all and we can have meet and greets. I can't even have meet and greets. A young lady asked me about having a book signing face to face and traveling around. I can't really afford to do that financially. And I don't have the time because I work. So unless y'all donate, I won't be able to do that. So please donate. Zelle, Cashapp, all that stuff is in the description box. All right, I'm going to go. I'll see y'all. I'll speak with y'all in the next cast. Ciao for now. Mwah.